foundation inspection. We're at the right side elevation. We have a crack in the foundation here. It's about 32nd of an inch, and it's going down below the grade and up towards the brick there. So crack in the foundation at the right side elevation. We are at the rear elevation, the master, and there's a hairline crack in the foundation about 2 feet from the corner. There's also ants coming in and out. Now at the left side elevation. There's post-tension cable end here, and it's showing. That needs to be covered. It's called parging, protects it. Very simple process. Okay, so on the day of the inspection there were two cracks visible in the foundation. One at the right elevation, one at the rear elevation. They're both very small. May have been there since the foundation was laid, but there doesn't seem to be any problems with them at the moment. It's just that they are there. This is the grading inspection. We're standing at the right elevation. We've got a nice slope away. The only problem is that we've got erosion on either side of the compressor. It's caused by this diverter here, and no gutters. No gutters are not a good idea, and I recommend you seriously consider putting gutters in. In addition to that, there are a lot of bushes around here in the foundation, right at the foundation. They're going to remove a lot of water from around it and can cause problems with foundation. So really you don't want these bushes anywhere near your foundation. We're at the front elevation. We've got two large trees. The problem with trees, again, they take a lot of water from the ground, and that can cause the house foundation problems. In addition, their roots can invade the sewer system, and that can be a problem. These trees are quite mature, so they've obviously been here since the property was built. Let's move to the left elevation. At the left elevation, really we haven't got adequate draining here. There's not enough of a slope down towards the swale. The swale is sort of here. It may be worth considering at some point, depending on what happens here during the rainy times, actually putting in a small French drain to help it drain out. We're at the right elevation of the property. We've got more trees. Again, these can give foundations problems, so you need to have them trimmed. At the moment you can see they're coming down close to the roof and they will damage it. So overall, the landscaping and the grading is okay. We have a little bit of an issue, I feel, on the left hand elevation where it's may not drain properly, but until it rains I can't really be explicit about that. So roof inspection, we're going to be climbing on it in a bit, but we're doing it from the ground at the moment. You can see here at this gable, see the wood here is rotting and that will need replacing. That's true on both sides, and that needs to be repaired. We have soffit ventilation on the left elevation. There's more wood rot up here and damage. Somebody's used wood filler to repair it. It's not a very good idea, it's bad repair. That's at the front elevation. I'm standing at the front elevation, actually at the right side of the gable portico, gable end, the portico, and my concern is here we have movement in the roof system where the roof is moving away from the column. We have an inappropriate repair up here to the trim work. Some galvanised metal has been put in. That's going to hold water back behind it. It's coming down onto the shingle, and that's really not a solution to whatever they were trying to do. It's inappropriate. We're at the rear elevation, looking at the soffits. That's part of the roof inspection. There's some damage from rats up here, and there's a hole up there big enough for a rat to get through. We're at the right elevation. I'm standing on a ladder, a roof. I'm at the front left elevation, and there's a gap in the mortar between the flashing at this point. That needs to be sealed, otherwise water's going to get in there. This is the rear of the chimney. You can see at the bottom you've got a bit of rot there. Trim work needs to be repaired and repainted, otherwise it will leak. There's exposed now heads on the roof. They need to be caulked, otherwise they'll rust out and there'll be a hole there and you'll get a leaking roof. We're looking here at purlin. See, my light is running along it. This purlin is missing a support strut. You can see here a main structural beam coming across here, and that structural beam should have been connected to this purlin with a strut coming down. That would help transfer the loads that the purlin is taking from the roof down to the structural system, and in the end down to the actual foundation itself. This is the garage, and what we're looking at here is the attic door, and you can see there's a big gap in it. In addition to that, there are vents into the attic itself, and we don't want vents into the attic from a garage because it's supposed to be fire tight. The door here will be a 1 hour door, prevent fire penetrating the building, and the sheetrock is a little bit thicker, give it an hour burn time before it actually penetrates to the house. It's all to protect the house from possible fire and products like gasoline that are in the garage. That's got to be sealed, fixed properly, and those vents have got to be removed and sealed. I'm now in the attic, and here lots of rats droppings. It's all fresh too. Somebody's been putting down rat poison, and also you can see these vents here. You see how somebody's cut into the sheetrock. Well, the whole idea of this sheetrock is to prevent flames getting up into this space and then igniting the roof. And this roof is open to the rest of the roof. There it is through there. So at the moment, I would not want you to move in and use this garage in the current state that it's in, because fumes from the garage can get into the house, could get into the handling system. It could be quite dangerous. So I recommend this attic is sealed before, and this roof space here, the door is sealed. These areas are sealed up so that no fumes from the garage can get into the attic. On the day of the inspection, the walls, exterior walls around the house, not showing any signs of cracks, on square openings on the right elevation or the rear. Left hand elevation showed a little bit of movement over one of the windows right at the roof line. That was the only little bit of movement visible. Round the corner here, up the top here, a little bit of movement, not much. And then on the front elevation here, you can see there's a bit of movement on the corner of the structure. And then finally, little front elevation, a little bit of cracking here, and some separation here. You can see how it's separated quite a bit from the wall as the building's settled or moved.
Looking for storage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a considerable amount of creosote build up in the hearth around the firebox. This is the master bedroom. I'm measuring the temperature of the air at register, and we have 50 degrees. Let's try it with this one. I'm going to try minimum. Yeah, 49 degrees exactly. 49 in the master. 46 in the family room, and the return temperature, here's a return temperature is 66. Functional focus, we've got the shower running and we're running the pump, works perfectly. This is the water heater, and the water heater closet has been invaded by rats. There's an awful lot of droppings here. Now, droppings in this area are a concern. This has got to be cleaned up and disinfected, because these animals can carry all sorts of diseases, and it is not advisable to have this type of dropping around an area like this, because it could, and under some circumstances, migrate inside the house. There's a corrosion on the fitting up here, and there's rust on the actual vent pipe, the flue, which indicates water's getting into the vent pipe, and there's a water stain showing previous water penetration at the flue ceiling, at the flue at the ceiling. The temperature pressure relief valve is leaking, and that indicates it must be replaced, or it may not function when it's required. The water heater's missing a safety pan, and the problem with that is the wall on the other side here is the house, and should this leak, which it could do, it's getting to the end of its safe working life. Should it leak, water's going to get inside the house and it'll ruin the carpets and flooring. There are no trip sensors for the door. It's a relatively new installation, and it should have had trip sensors fitted when this door was fitted.